Hi everybody. Welcome to the Little League e-training series. My name is Nick Karinji. I'm the Senior Director of Operations and Education for Little League Baseball and Softball. Today's session is an overview of the Constitution and bylaws. With us from Bristol, Connecticut is Assistant Director of the East Region, Corey Wright. Corey, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, Nick. My pleasure.
Corey, we talked a little bit off camera about the importance of the Constitution to a local league, and we had that discussion about how some local leagues really just file it away and they don't even follow it. So let's talk a little bit about why that's so important to a local league.
The Constitution is probably the most important document that a local league will ever utilize within any year of our program. It is the foundation and cornerstone of their governmental and operational aspects within the league. It's going to outline all areas that are so important to them as a board of directors and to their regular membership. And it's so important that they understand what's in it, the content, and the procedure and aspects of it so that their local league and their year can run as smoothly as possible.
When leagues submit their constitutions to our regional centers, how often do they need to do that and how often do they need to update those league files?
Well, we advise the local leagues to look at them annually to see if there's any changes that they need to make regarding procedure or policies within their local league. But if not, we ask the local league to submit a new document to us every 2 years. That way, we can ensure that the latest and most approved document that they have as a league and their league membership is on file with us, so we can easily reference it whenever it's called upon to do so.
What are some of the things that the regional centers look for when reviewing those documents?
There are many areas in the Constitution that we want to ensure that the local league has within their particular document. First, we want to make sure that they're a volunteer organization and it's a nonprofit. Second, we want to understand their membership, the qualifications for such, and the groupings of such. Next, we want to understand what their board of director positions are and their duties and powers and authority. Next, we want to understand any committees that they may have. We want to understand and be aware of their financial and accountability. We also want to know that they're having meetings with the general membership, and most importantly, that they're having an annual meeting where they're going to have elections for the board of directors. But also areas such as disciplining, suspending, and termination of membership we're going to look for. And then finally, we're going to look for the dissolution clause, which is simply if something were to happen in the charter, we're going to become inactive. We want to ensure that the local league understands the procedures and policies for that and can work with us if that were to happen.
When a league submits their constitution for review, how long does it take to process that from a regional perspective? And how long does it take to get back to the league to let them know that their constitution has been reviewed and it is filed?
That's a great question. And the answer really depends on the timing of the submission of the document. If a local league submits the document in the typical off-season, being October, November, December, we can turn around that document within a 2-week period. We can review it, we can talk to the league president and their board, understand the document, and we can notify them that it's been received and approved and it's on file with us via letter to them. However, if the local league is going to review that document and send it to us in the spring or in the summer, in the middle of tournament, the document's going to sit within our office for a little bit of period of time. There's so many things going on with the local league in the summer, the end of the regular season, the tournament season, also with our regional offices in Williamsport, that it really doesn't allocate the time for us to review it at that moment. So we're going to wait and we're going to take care of the other pressing issues at that time and worry about the document later on in the off season. And one piece of advice that I would give to a local league with submitting the document, it's always best to do it after the elections and the new board is in place and it's within the off season. That way, we can review the document quickly, get it back to them, and then they have the document in front of them that will ensure that their policies and procedures are in place for the ensuing year.
What are some of the things that leagues can avoid, some of the problems that leagues can avoid by having an updated constitution?
Boy, that's a great question. Many leagues don't know of the document. Their turnover in a local league with the board of director positions is great. So new people come in, new individuals, and they don't understand the document. They don't know if it's on file. So that's a problem. However, the biggest problem we see is when the board does not share the content with the membership in good standing. when boards try to keep that document close to their vest, not share qualifications or procedures or happenings within the local league, it causes a rift as the board is against the managers and coaches, or the managers and coaches are only worried about their teams. The parents take a back seat, and it just causes a rift that's very hard to repair. However, if the local league is very open with the document, and the local league and the membership understand the content, why the board is doing things that they're doing, or when the meetings are, everything seems to run a lot more smooth, and we highly recommend that sharing of the document, again, with all the membership in good standing.
Corey, we have a sample constitution out there on our website. What are the benefits of leagues using the sample constitution?
There are many benefits to the sample constitution. That document was created due to the fact that the people coming into office didn't even know where to start, what needed to be in there, the content that was required, or the policies and procedures. So Little League went and made a document for them. It's an outline. And it's so beneficial to them to have that, to see what we want in the document. The sample allows a local league to simply adopt that document. They can fill in blanks where they need to fill in, and they can utilize it and adapt it for themselves, for their benefit. Then when they return it and it's completed, we can easily see that they've reviewed the document, that they understand it, that it's accommodated for their use, and they can go on. And when we get a sample that's sent in to us, it's very easy for us to review. They understand it. We know that everything we need is in the document, and the turnaround is very quick with that.
Corey, talk to us a little bit about the differences between the Constitution and a local league's bylaws. Sometimes it's referred as one document, but typically and most likely there are actually two different documents, correct?
That is correct. Many local leagues think that it all should be one document, and it's actually two separate. Like I stated earlier, the Constitution is the foundation for their government and their operational aspects throughout the year. The bylaw document is a document that is conducive to them as a local league only. For instance, a bylaw document will outline procedures such as the criteria for the selection of their tournament managers and coaches, or criteria for serving as a concession stand volunteer or a field maintenance crew member. Or it'll even go as far as to outline what uniforms are purchased in what years for what teams and what divisions, where teams can practice, where they can't, and so forth. Like I said, the bylaw document is something that's conducive to their league, but very important that they understand they still have to follow all the rules and regulations of Little League baseball and softball.
Well, that will do it for constitutions and bylaws. Corey, thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me, Nick. My pleasure.
And on behalf of Corey, Chris Downs, and the rest of the communications department, thanks for joining us and have a good day.